Atlas.
Atlas.
মানচিত্র. Atlas.
Atlas.
মানচিত্র.
Atlas.
মানচিত্র.
Admission.
ভর্তি.
Admission.
ভর্তি.
Admission.
ভর্তি.
Advice.
পরামর্শ.
Advice.
পরামর্শ.
Advice.
পরামর্শ.
Author.
গ্রন্থকার.
Author.
গ্রন্থকার.
Author.
গ্রন্থকার.
Absent.
অনুপস্থিত.
Absent.
অনুপস্থিত.
Absent.
অনুপস্থিত.
Arithmetic.
পাটিগণিত.
Arithmetic.
পাটিগণিত.
Arithmetic.
পাটিগণিত.
Application.
আবেদনপত্র.
Application.
আবেদনপত্র.
Application.
আবেদনপত্র.
Algebra.
বীজগণিত.
Algebra.
বীজগণিত.
Algebra.
বীজগণিত.
Answer.
উত্তর.
Annual examination.
বার্ষিক পরীক্ষা.
Annual examination.
বার্ষিক পরীক্ষা.
Annual examination. Book.
বই.
Book.
বই.
Book.
বই.
Book. Book.
বই.
Bearer.
দপ্তরি.
Bearer.
দপ্তরি.
Bench.
বেঞ্চি.
Bench.
বেঞ্চি.
Bench.
বেঞ্চি.
Bell.
ঘন্টা.
Bell.
ঘন্টা.
Book list.
পাঠ্যতালিকা.
Book list.
পাঠ্যতালিকা.
Book list.
পাঠ্যতালিকা.
Book list.
পাঠ্যতালিকা.
Blackboard.
কালো বোর্ড.
Blackboard.
কালো বোর্ড.
Class.
শ্রেণী.
Chapter.
পরিচ্ছেদ.
Clerk.
ক্লার্নি.
Clerk.
ক্রানি.
Chalk.
খড়িমাটি.
Character.
চরিত্র.
College.
মহাবিদ্যালয়.
Duster.
ঝাড়ন.
Diligence.
অধ্যবসায়.
Diligence.
অধ্যবসায়.
This is a problem that lends itself well either to an algebraic solution or to a picking numbers solution. We show picking numbers in the text explanation, so here I'm going to show an algebraic solution. So to add two fractions, I'll just step back here and say, remember that math is a system of perfect justice and perfect equality. What we do with numbers is exactly the same as what we do with variables. We treat variables and numbers in the same way. And so when we have numbers, of course, we find a common denominator. So here we're going to find a common denominator. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that first fraction and multiply it by 1 minus x over 1 minus x. In the second fraction, we're going to take that fraction and multiply it by 1 plus x over 1 plus x. And so that way, what we'll get is this one we could do with picking numbers or with a straight solution. Let's just solve this. So first thing I'm going to do is get the radical by itself. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. So we have 2/3 x squared plus 1 equals 5. Now I'm simply going to square both sides. So that will just remove the radical on this side. And then on this side we'll get 25. Subtract 1, we get 2/3 x squared equals 24. Now the first thing I'm going to do is divide both sides by 2. So 1/3 x squared equals 12. Multiply by 3, x squared equals 36. And so x could be plus or minus 6. No negatives are listed, but c equals 6 is the answer. Both p and q are positive numbers, and s is a negative number. Which of the following fractions could be undefined? And so really this whole question hinges on understanding what we mean by this word, undefined. A fraction is undefined if the denominator, the bottom, equals 0. That makes it undefined. It can't equal any sensible answer if you're dividing by 0. So really, in disguise, this question is saying, which fractions have denominators that could be 0? Well, let's look at these. Q plus S, positive plus negative. Well, positive plus negative, that could be 0. So that could be undefined. P plus S, positive plus negative. That could be 0. So that could be undefined. P plus Q, that's positive plus positive. There's no way positive plus positive is going to equal 0. So this is not going to work. S minus P, that is negative minus positive. Well, negative minus positive is going to be a negative number, so that will have a negative denominator, but the denominator will not equal 0, so that's not going to work. P minus Q, positive minus positive. Well, if those two positive numbers are equal, we could get 0 in the denominator, and so this one also could be undefined. So the three fractions that could be undefined, spell the name of our 16th president, ABE.
Just as consummate chess players must hold in their minds the positions of each piece on the board and know too the ramifications of each move, some skilled politicians have an awareness of the choices at their blank and the ability to anticipate the blank of their actions. So here we see they're comparing chess players to politicians, and the chess players are holding in their minds the position of each piece, so they know where everything is, where they can move everything. So for the first blank, they must have aware of the choices that are at their side, that fall under their control. Perusal means to look over something or read something very thoroughly. So you're not reading your choices thoroughly. If something's at your disposal, it's at your use, just the way that the chess players have to know which pieces they can use, what or directions they can move them. Disposal works out perfectly, so use goes to the first blank. Dispensation means to supply something when you distribute it, or it can also mean that you're exempt